Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Huh? It's a house!
You know, that's just one step above stupid.
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains?
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
Hey, I'm so little down in the corner there. There we go. Maybe back like that. All right. My God, you guys. It is absolutely crazy out there. Absolutely nuts. That's sort of interesting. I wonder what that angle right there. I think it did kind of hit like right here. Yeah. Probably like right there, that angle. All right. Well, how's everybody doing? It's kind of fun. Last night we switched over to members only. That was kind of neat. And it did it automatically, even using StreamYard here. But the only thing that didn't continue over was the chat. So I thanked everybody over there for their... Anybody that donated membership, so they don't put that on YouTube for some reason somewhere. So... Yes, I don't know what the deal is, you guys. Like, it's just like the video. I don't know if you went and saw, but the video I put out today has 2,000 views. Like, it's not even, it's a fifth of what yesterday's video was. You know, but you can sit there and do complete nonsense for hours, and everybody is just so into it. You know, like, I don't know what to tell you. I was just watching a live stream. And I just couldn't believe the ignorance and just almost willful stupidity that I was seeing over there. I mean, it was scary, okay? And then people were like, get Gray out of here, get Gray out of here. Because I was literally saying, like the guy goes, he pulls up a full 30-06, and he goes, look at this, look how dumb it is. You can't put this in your pants. And it's like, have you seen Matt Kester's video, for God's sakes? He broke it down. It fit onto both sides. It's crystal clear how you can do it. Then he goes, oh man, my daddy, you know, this is that Valhalla guy. This guy is the same thing as Candace Owens. Just bullshit for views, and all these suckers out there believe it. That's sick, okay? And look at me. I get 119 people. You know, he gets like 11,000. Why is that? You can sit there and sell garbage to people, and they're just going to go, that's what the people want to watch? Virtually everything that they say is complete bullshit. You know? I don't know, man. It's really disheartening again. It's getting old for me. Getting close to just, you know... I don't know, sometimes I just want to cash it in, just bail on this whole thing. I'm sick of it, you know. I mean, I go live, I get 130, 200 people maybe 300, 400 at the most, and people putting out complete nonsensical bullshit on a daily basis get thousands and thousands of people watching because they all want to believe in magical thinking. It's unbelievable. I mean, I just was watching it. I was just looking at it over there, saying, "Is this for real? I mean, is this for real?" And then because they get watched so much, these big names go on there to, hey, and it's like they don't even know what they're talking about. The other person talking to them. I don't know. And then I was watching it, and it was like a bingo machine in there. It looked like, I think there was $5,000 were given to the channel for putting out nonsense, complete garbage. Right? Hey, Greg, get the hell out of here, you loser. All right? I'm telling you how I feel because it's real. Okay? Yeah. Anyways, if you guys don't want me to tell you how I feel, then I don't know, man. I'm just not going to do it. I do shows every single day, and I'm just telling you, I think it's sick. And Greg obviously is one of those people that believes in the conspiracies. Yeah. I don't know, Tater. How do you keep pushing the truth when it keeps diminishing and diminishing the number of people watching? Everybody wants to go watch the conspiracies. I just put out the video today, 2,000 views. How is that even possible with 174,000 subscribers? That seems like you would accidentally get 10. Candace Owens wasn't even live during the time I posted it this time. I don't know, Miss Bridge. Look at this. So here we are. We're doing a show, and we're Alley Cake, who almost seems to always be the one that helps support the channel first every single night. I appreciate it. That's the only support. Where it looked over there, hundreds and hundreds, like people were doing $200, $300, $500 for garbage. How do you compete with that? How do you compete with that? I'm just doing my own show, but I don't know how. If I had 11,000 people here, there'd be 11,000 more people that believed it wasn't a conspiracy. Right? But that's not what YouTube wants to sell. Thanks, Alley Cake. What is your take on the tactical gear, black mask, helmet, and long gun due to court? That's just garbage. That's not real. Even the officers said, "Oh, it looked like he's wearing jeans, a dark shirt, and he's got maybe a mask on." Well, maybe, when you look at the video, maybe he pulled something up over his face. Who the hell knows, right? There isn't another person. Tyler Robinson is the shooter. Okay? Now, you guys have heard all the rumors lately. Hey, thanks, Tater. You guys have heard all the rumors lately, right? And they're trying for a wave. You see that? They got a wave thing underneath there. Let's see if we can make that happen. But you've heard Candace Owens, and now this clown, this Valhalla guy, it's just unbelievable. Oh, because he was in the military, therefore he knows how to do true crime. He doesn't know what the hell he's looking at or what he's talking about or anything. The only thing he has relationship with is, hey, I have a 30-06. I've shot one. I've shot it at people, and it does much more damage. Okay, and that's the only thing. So because of that, an entire network of conspiracy theories are built on top of that. What a joke. Okay? And then they say, Candace Owens says, hey, so look at the doctor. So you guys have heard this stuff lately, right? How it wasn't mentioned that it was a 30-06 by the medical examiner or the doctor. Well, nobody knows what the medical examiner said. All they've heard from is a doctor, and the doctor used the word bullet. Oh, yeah, we found the bullet right back here. How come he didn't say 30-06 bullet? Well, do you tell me what doctor in the world? What freaking emergency room doctor is going to know what kind of bullet it is? They just see it's a bullet. That's all they say. They say it's a bullet. It's crazy, you guys. It's just listening to it. It's like a circus of idiocy. Unbelievable stuff. And then they say, well, the medical examiner, he didn't write. The medical examiner's report isn't out there. And on the death certificate by the doctor, you don't put down a 30-06. You just say, if you even say, you just say, yeah, he came in, he had a gunshot wound, extracted the bullet from the back. They don't know what the hell it is. That's what a medical examiner does. Something like that. Hey, thanks, Nate, for gifting a membership. I don't know, man. How do you guys put up with it? I mean, I'm looking at the chat, and I would make comments like, that's just untrue, what you just said right there. And people go, Gray, shut the hell up, man. Let him keep lying to us over and over and over again. And then there's a couple people in the chat that they're saying, like, yeah, he doesn't listen. I mean, we've seen it already. The Matt Kester video of him putting the gun together and putting it in his pants absolutely explains it all. And if you are so stupid that you haven't seen that yet, meaning like the big YouTubers out there, then there's something wrong with you. And also, he did a video where he took apart the gun. There's 2 bolts. He literally did it in a minute, and he put it back together. It's just crazy, you guys. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if I'm a voice of reason. Look at the numbers here, you guys. You get like 300 views, and it's scraping and clawing. See, people like... Here's the thing. That Valhalla guy and all these channels that are getting all these people watching because they're entertaining conspiracy or selling conspiracies, they get like 5,000-6,000 people watching, and they don't have to ask a soul for support for their channel because it just happens with that many people. Every single show that I do, I have like 200, maybe 300 people, and I have to scratch and claw for every nickel that the channel brings in. And the reason we do it on this channel is to support my channel, and we are able to give at the end of the month. And here we are another night, just kind of struggling along, just kind of barely scraping around. It's totally different atmosphere. It's bizarre. It's crazy. Why aren't people excited about the truth? It's amazing. It's unbelievable. Hey, thanks, Jessica Schubach. Don't worry about it, man. It doesn't matter if my best video. I have videos on this case at the beginning that I got 350,000 views on because I'm putting the pieces of the puzzle together. But as time has gone by, everybody has become a conspiracy theorist. When I say everybody, I mean the vast majority of the people following this case. That's what they want. And I'm not going to give it to you. If something shows up that literally makes me go, like, for example, if the medical examiner and forensics come back later and say, yeah, that's absolutely shot from a different gun, that'll be a game changer kind of situation where, you might even come up with Tyler Robinson was more clever, that he left the rifle in the woods intentionally to be found, knowing it wasn't going to match, and then did something else with the real gun that he used. Maybe he brought, wouldn't that be interesting if that's what it was, that he literally had 2 different weapons, and one he left in the woods on purpose for them to find, and then it won't match later. So that would make him way smarter. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be where the bullet absolutely matches perfectly. Hey, thanks, Mark Agee. And I'm sorry that I sound like this often lately. I just do, because this is how I feel. I think it's absolutely disgusting. I think it sucks. And I think even some of the bigger channels that get more, views, they should be more, less like entertaining the conspiracies, because that's sort of a backdoor method of kind of, profiting, gaining because of the conspiracy. It's okay to debunk and stuff, but to sort of go, yeah, wow, that's interesting, let me take a look. It's not interesting. Yeah, his fingerprints are on the trigger, yeah. I'm just saying, that would be his gun too, right? Like, what if he had 2 guns and then he put one in the woods? But that's just stupid, I'm just throwing it out there as like, if he was that nefarious and planned it out, like, he could sit there and go, let me see. I'm going to run into these same woods that I'm going to put the gun in, It seems way more likely. And by the way, He wasn't running behind that house with the gun or the towel, so obviously he left it somewhere. That's something I just hadn't really said out loud. But you know the video where he's running behind the house, leaving? Well, he had the... he didn't have the rifle or the towel in his hands. So that means he left it somewhere prior to that. And right before that, he was in that wooded area where he changed clothes. Hey, thanks, Scott. Said, thank you for keeping it real. Keep it simple. Stupid, right? Yep. What you're talking about will come out in court. Yeah, exactly. And some of that stuff that the guest that he had on, he's the guy with the glasses that brought up the, you know, the autopsy, you know, the bullet, where it was found and how many vertebrae it broke and everything. Yeah, some of the stuff he was saying, he's been there. He's been to the scene, and he said there's cameras all over the place. I'm going to be going there. So I'll be filming everything that I can find myself. I'm going to try to film all the every single spot. You know, hell, maybe I'll even try to look around for maybe a place that he could have parked the car somewhere around there. I don't know. Yeah, no, it is on the gun. What do you mean? We know it's on the gun. So I don't understand these two follow-up questions. I thought his DNA was on the trigger. It is on the trigger. Who said it wasn't? It was in my video today. I've said it 1,000 times. I read through the thing. I don't really understand it. I'm just saying, what if he was smart enough to put his own gun in the woods? I mean, that's kind of stupid, right? But he leaves it there, and it turns out that he used a different one for the shot, but that just isn't going to be the case. You know, the truth is Tyler Robinson is the shooter. That's why when he jumped off the roof, he went into the woods, and when you see him 3 minutes later running behind that house, he's not carrying any items in his hands because he did, in fact, leave them in the woods. When they released the still shot of the shooter, and by the way, this is what I was working on yesterday. It's like 9 degrees, like almost 10 degrees coming in from the side here, and then it's 9 degrees down, 9.1 or something like that. Yeah, so that when you look at it from above, I mean, I have it set up. This is exact distance and everything. I mean, when I say exact, I mean within a few feet or something. We can't really get it exactly. So that's the angle right there. And that's how high it is, too. See, isn't that interesting? That's 70... well, the rifle's about 72.5 feet off the ground, and then at the very base here, his head is like 7 feet something. And that's the shot from way back there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's the roof there. Oh, that doesn't work like that. Yeah, anyways, it's right there. And I just have it, you know, when you go right over here, the line starts right on the edge of the roof. So if I turned it around like that, see that? So that's where the shot would come from. I just have the camera back further, and then I have it follow it straight down like that. Yeah, it isn't too bad, the software. I think that's almost exactly where it came in, right? That's C1, 2, 3. I don't think it went on 3, 4, 5. I think it was like C4 or 5 is where that bullet came in. And then maybe it like shattered and then went up this direction and that direction. But apparently they found the bullet back, like right back here. So it must have came in and ricocheted a little bit. Because it definitely wasn't a shot from that angle. Hold on a second. Ugh, man. Yeah, so we were just using Google Earth yesterday, getting the distance, the height, the angle of the shot based on different information that's out there, and then even the side angle, because it kind of comes in from the side, and that looked like it was kind of a, might be a little bit more than that, maybe if I rotated it to here, but that's what we came up with. Yeah, I mean, it is overwhelming. It's crazy. The information is, I mean, there's literally almost like 1 in a billion chance that he's not the killer somehow. You'd have to have this entire crazy thing going on. But hey, guys, if you're out there, if you could help support the channel, that would be great. Maybe support some of these lesser, conspiratorial channels like myself. We need the support just like everybody else. I wish, sometimes I wish that I was, I guess I can't really say I wish that, but, financially, I wish I was a conspiracy theorist because, my God, I'd be so good at it. I'd be running the show. It would just be like, oh yeah, look at this, and just come up with all kinds of video, edit stuff and make things look a certain way, and everybody'd be so excited. But I can't do it. I just need the support from the people watching the shows. I don't know what that means. Because they're witnesses, they heard more than one shot. Well, he might take, if he does something to himself, he might. I mean, he's never getting, he is going, unless they cut a deal, he's getting the death penalty. This is just crystal clear. I would be good at it. I'd be better than any of these other people at conspiracy theories. I think I put out good videos on the other side. But why would a video that I put out today get 2,000 views where there's 11,000 people watching live a conspiracy nutter go over a case? I mean, that's just almost insane, Anyways, let's just go. I'm going to go over this. I want to go over the Wikipedia article. I mean, now they have a Wikipedia and just sort of see what it's saying, if you guys don't mind. But we've only got 3 channel memberships, and we're at $58, you guys. So we need to keep on trucking through the month. Isn't that amazing? I mean, I'm struggling here in this amount of time to get to $58, and what the conspiracy nutters get 200 on a super chat over and over and over again. And I'm sitting here just hoping. It's wild, It's like really strange stuff. I've got to be honest with you. Yeah, so here's the wiki on it, Wikipedia. I think it would be kind of interesting to go over it and see what it, because there's one part that I read, and then it was sort of interesting because it was missing. All right, so if you guys are out there watching, could you please help support the channel tonight? Thank you. On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk, an American right-wing political activist, was assassinated while addressing an audience on the campus at Utah Valley University. Hey, thank you, Michelle Imhausen. Thank you for all you do. Keep up the good work. Truth rules. I would hope it did. But truth isn't as popular, though. It's weird. People like conspiracies. But Gray! Look at that. Gimli's son of Glowin. Or Gloin. It's not Glowin. Gimli's son of Gloin, right? Gimli. Yeah, that's the dwarf from Lord of the Rings. See, I know. Gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. Very cool, very cool. So let's just check this out. So and then we can look at the citations too. See what happens. On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk, an American right-wing political activist, was assassinated while addressing audience on the campus of Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. The outdoor event was the first stop in the fall 2025 season for the American comeback. But by the way, why do you guys think that Tyler Robinson said that it was a dumb place? What was the term that he used? Hold on, let me find that. I have to go find the PDF file. There, is that it? Yeah. I think it's in this one. Near the bottom. Let's see. They talked about Robinson turning himself in. I think it was spoke on the phone. Family members, but especially between Robinson and his father, who have very different political views. In one conversation before the shooting, Robinson mentioned that Charlie Kirk would be holding an event at UVU, which Robinson said was stupid. Was a stupid venue. Why did he say that? And what does that mean? A stupid venue. Candace is the new Nutburger. Yeah. Well, all of them. You know, Valhalla, Candace. There's 95%, 99% of the people covering this are all peddling a conspiracy theory. Okay? But what do you think he means? But when he says that, like, stupid, does that mean... I mean, what do you think he said that for? I mean, that's kind of weird that he would be mentioning lack of safety, right? I mean, why would, that would be an interesting development if that's why he said that. Like, you typed in fishbowl, but why would he say that that's stupid? That means he's already thinking about how it's dangerous and he might be able to get in there? I mean, I don't know. I know, but why would he say that? See, that means he's admitting that, like, even in that comment, like, if that's what you think he means, but you could actually say that he's saying a whole bunch of different things. Like, oh, that's a stupid venue. You know, a lot of kids there don't agree with what he's saying, or that's a stupid, But it's pretty interesting, nevertheless. She 100% TR was never... Who? Who was never on campus? What does that mean? Oh, I don't know what you guys are referring to. I guess I'm behind. I don't even know who you're talking to. Or Speedway. I don't see anybody. Let's see. Nate, she again never said she wasn't around campus. But she doesn't believe he acted on his own. And I don't believe so either. Well, the shot is definitely on his own. Okay, so if that's what we're basing it on, then yeah, I mean, the shot was 100% his own. There isn't a second shooter. I simply do not believe what the... But what about law enforcement? See, here's the thing. People like Speedway, their brains sort of freeze. They don't know what they're talking about. See, law enforcement is the one that put out the probable cause document and the charging document, not the FBI. Okay? The prosecutor's office and the detectives, etc., they had to put together the probable cause document, and all the things that are mentioned here that I read on the video today are real events that really happen. If they can't prove these things happen, then there's a problem. Right? But you see right here, Robinson's mother explained that over the last year or so, I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to read it all over again. Robinson's mother stated the following to police. So she stated this to police. This is something that was said and documented. Do you understand that, Speedway? And if you come back with, I don't believe in this, I'm going to remove you from the channel. All right? Because I just don't have time for people who just pretend. It's just not worth it. There's no value in having a debate with you because you're somebody that will never get it and you'll never accept it. But it says right here, Robinson's mother stated the following to police. On September 11th, the day after the shooting, Robinson's mother, so this is what she's saying to police, she saw the photo of the shooter in the news. And I actually think the first one that was out was the one where he's going up the stairs. The one that people say looks the least like him. All right, isn't that funny? So it's this picture right here. This one. This is the first picture that was put out. No, not that one. It was this. I think it was this one right here. This one right here. This is the one that I saw first. Okay? And the mother saw that and said, oh, man, that's my kid. Okay? And guess what? That's the one that all of you clowns out there pretend looks nothing like him. So look at right here. Robinson's mother saw the photo of the shooter in the news and thought the shooter looked like her son. She thought it looked like him. You know, she wasn't sure, 100%, but, it's like, man, that looks like my kid. And then Robinson's mother called her son and asked him where he was, and he said he was homesick and that he had also been at home sick on September 10th. Well, that's a lie, provable lie there. His phone is elsewhere. Robinson's mother expressed concern to her husband that the suspected shooter looked like Robinson. So then you can imagine you seeing what looks like your kid on camera. Then you get a hold of your husband and you say, Jim, this looks a lot like our kid, And then guess what the husband said? He agreed. He goes, that does look like our kid. And they knew, and they knew that their kid didn't like Charlie Kirk, etc. Robinson's mother explained that over the last year or so, Robinson had become more political. So this is her talking. It's a narrative that's recorded. He's become more political and started to lean more to the left, becoming more pro-gay and trans rights-oriented. She stated that Robinson began to date his roommate, a biological male who was transitioning genders. This resulted in several discussions with family members, but especially between Robinson and his father, who have very different political views. In one conversation before the shooting, Robinson mentioned that Charlie Kirk would be holding an event at UVU, which Robinson said was a stupid venue for the event. So maybe that does mean, he... Well, that's interesting, too, because that wasn't even mentioned, having the event there, until 10 days before. And so he might have talked about it a few days after that, and he had already planned on it. I guess we could look at it like that, right? Because remember, it was like on the 28th or 9th when TPU made it public that they were going to be speaking there. So this obviously means that this conversation took place after that, so maybe early October. And so maybe he'd already planned it, so that gives more credibility to this being the stupid venue here would be that he's already kind of scoped it out and it's like, man, what a dumb place to do it. I can just go right here. But hey, guys, we're on one of those lulls again. So if you're out there and you have the ability to help support the channel, thanks Nate Campbell up there for the channel membership. We're just trying to keep plugging along here. You know, I don't get the same viewers as the conspiracy theorists. So if you're watching and you appreciate that we cover the facts of cases here, I would appreciate your support. You know, my channel relies on you guys when you're watching. I know there's people that are channel memberships, but that doesn't allow us at the end of the month to, you know, it helps. It's all part of it. So you got channel memberships, the ad revenue, the super chats, the gifting, the super thanks, the stickers, all of that together. And at the end of the month, I try to give thousands of dollars from the income away to various true crime related charities. We've already given way over 30,000 this year already. So, you know, if you guys have the ability to, that would be great. I have to end up saying this every single night because the number of viewers that are here are always really low, and I don't know any way around it, to be honest. Yeah, thanks, Bruce. I was going to bring that up a little bit later in an article. Yeah, they're going to let him do whatever he wants. I guess I'll do that first since Bruce stepped on the story here. We'll have to go over and bring that up. I got it right over here. Let's see. I guess I didn't say it in a timely fashion for him. So here it is. The Tyler Robinson request to appear in court in street clothes without physical restraints. The defense team representing Tyler Robinson, the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk, petitioned the Provo 4th District Court to allow him to appear at all court proceedings in civilian clothes without physical restraints. Probably the same way Koberger had it. I think when you get the death penalty as an option, they pretty much give you any kind of latitude on every single thing. In a motion filed Thursday, defense attorney Catherine Nestor argued that if Robinson were to appear in jail attire, it could threaten his right to a fair trial. In the modern age of ubiquitous internet access, the unrelenting media attention, hey, thanks, Alley Cake, media attention to high-profile criminal cases, the prejudicial effort of a criminal defendant appearing in shackles, jail attire, and bulletproof or yeah, that's the one word that YouTube you just can't say for some reason. But, you know, took his own life vests at any hearing threatens fundamental fairness. She added that additional care must be taken to ensure Robinson receives a fair trial because he faces the potential of a death penalty. So anyways, yeah, he doesn't have to wear the attire. You didn't really ruin it. It's just, you know, I have all the stories. I don't need the updates and everything. You know, I don't know. People just say what they say. It's okay. GPA took one look at that picture of that rifle and knew right away it had been his rifle. Right, the grandpa? Right. Man, thanks Bruce Holloway for getting a membership. Yeah, we're currently only at like 35% of a goal, so we're going to need, you know, more help from the people watching. Ooh, what are we doing? We're doing a show. I don't know what that even means. What are we doing? Has there been anything published to speak about the bullet not being found, but only a fragment? No, the bullet was found. Yeah, the bullet was found and fragments. Yeah, we went over, I've shown the court documents on my show many times. See, this is where I get really frustrated, you guys. We've gone over the court documents in this case probably 5-6 times. And we still get people going, ooh, court documents. And it's like, what have you been watching out there? You know, the people that don't want you to read the court documents because it doesn't fit their story that they're trying to tell. The only people with narratives are the conspiracy people out there. The rest of it is just factual elements in court documents. That's it. That's okay, Nacho Mama. Grandpa's hand-down special rifle. Yeah, right, he knew it. He says it in here. Yeah, and then he even implied to the parents, this is all stuff that they have on tape. You know, and they implied that he was a shooter and stated that he couldn't go to jail and didn't want to, and wanted to end it. When asked why he did it, Robinson explained there's too much evil. And what did he say up here when there was the why asked down here? Why'd I do it? I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Maybe that's when he ran into the officer there. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. So that's why, you know, he's always looking at his cell phone. Right, and then up here, he basically says the same thing. No, I can't find the spot with the parents. Oh, right here. And when and then Robinson explained to the why when the parents asked, there's too much evil and the guy spreads too much hate. So he says the same thing to his parents as he said to Twigs. And so they turned him in. Oh, Jesus. I was looking in here. Different person. I do feel bad for the parents. They are victims as well. Anyways, I mean, this is just everything lines up here. I don't know. Hey, thanks, Dixie Hippie. So this is the first image that the mother saw, or not that one, the other one, this one right here. And she says, that looks like our kid. And then when they saw these, they went, oh my God. You know, they probably must have said, oh, that's exactly him. And, you know, by the way, look at this right here. I mean, look at, these are all the same person, right? I mean, I like putting these things together. This is just a different angle, so his head appears squashed because it's at a 45-degree angle. But look, that's the same person here, you guys. You know, it's interesting, too. I mean, what if that's a hair that sticks out right there? I don't know. But you can see, like, that eardrum is like that, and this one, you know, it's back there, so I don't know what the, you know, but this person and this person and this person are all the same, right? Does anybody look at these and say, oh, that's a different person? You know, and he's even got the same damn shirt on in there. Everyone points to any anomaly, though. You know, like if this picture looks like that and the other one where he's walking up the stairs with the ear, I think that ear looks like the one on the stairs, but then this is in the arrest thing, so there's nothing there. Wouldn't that be interesting if he put some like little disguises on himself, you know, while he, you know, knowing that certain parts of his body would be visible, so he changed them up a little bit. But then I don't know, why would he still have it on there? I don't know. I guess you'd have to see the side of his head better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, unfortunately, like look at right now, we have 240 people watching. Does that seem reasonable to any of you? Does that seem reasonable at all? It just seems absolutely insane to me. I have 79 or 78,000 subscribers, and somehow YouTube or whatever it is, my show doesn't show up. Yes, they recovered the bullet. It was inside Charlie Kirk's body. Anyways, I'm just going to keep going on here. But I need you guys to support, you guys. We've really sort of slowed down again, and we're not going to be able to get there unless we keep it continuing. We're only at 50% currently. Not even that. Kirk was shot in the neck while engaging with an audience member about mass shootings in the United States. He was later formally pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. Investigators stated the gunman was positioned on the roof. Investigators stated the gunman was positioned on the roof of a building approximately 142 yards. Well, they didn't say that at the time. Or people were saying 200. I don't know. I think it was 141 yard shot down, with the angle. Away from Kirk was speaking the next 22-year-old, the next day, and then 22-year-old, wait, hold on a second. Roof of a building approximately 142 yards away from where Kirk was speaking. The next day, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson surrendered at the offices of the local sheriff. Prosecutors charged Robinson with murder on September 16th and announced that they would seek the death penalty. The assassination was highlighted as an instance of increasing political violence within the United States and was condemned by national and foreign leaders. Video footage of the shooting spread rapidly on social media, and reactions ranged from heartfelt messages expressing anguish about the political climate to sharply partisan comments and celebrations of his death. U.S. President Donald Trump, members of the Republican Party, and other conservative figures blamed members of the Democratic Party. Well, they should be blamed. The Democratic Party had been using terms like fascist and Hitler and calling, and so that would make, and guess what? He even wrote that on the bullet, one of the bullets. Yeah, using terms like that means that you're claiming that the other party is an existential evil threat to the United States. And then that might make somebody out there think, boy, I'm doing a great thing. We've gone over this. So just tell the truth in articles instead of trying to, be sort of, well, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. It's just really obvious. All right, well, a minute ago I just said, hey, you guys, and we need to keep this support going for the channel, and it just absolutely zero after that. So I'm not saying it just randomly. This is what we need to be doing on the channel nightly to get to the goals at the end of the month. Yeah, you got them from the media. Yeah. And probably just the whole community and online is, he's on Discord, etc. I don't even know who Benny Johnson is. Are we supposed to know who that is, or I have no idea who that is. I didn't see what does that mean, Bob? I didn't look like a straight-on hit. It was an exit from the right side. It wasn't an exit. You're incorrect, Bob. It was an entrance wound. There is no exit. It's an entrance wound, and it came in from a slight angle from the right. All right? I'm sorry for your ignorance. Yeah, I never heard of him. I mean, I might recognize if I saw him. Oh, that guy, yeah. I didn't know his name. Thank you, Andrew Sorrell. Very cool. Thanks. And K-Me. All right. Yamaha. Wait, hold on a sec. Hold on. I guess I forgot to move my car. Now we need to get some. We've only got 12 channel memberships. Let's see if we can get 20 something more of those. All right, you guys. I mean, this is way behind here. Discovery on what's on Discovery? What, I don't know what you're talking about. These people don't care about what I'm making. I've put the most accurate videos out on YouTube. Anybody that watches them realizes it. The problem is nobody cares. They just want. It's like I mean, imagine watching Walking Dead. You know, and every episode was, sniper shots, taking out the zombies, and that was it. And it's like, that's all there was. There was no drama or anything like that. It was just like, well, here's the facts, and, yeah, that's right. On October 30th, I think, is when they have that hearing, the preliminary hearing, there's going to be more information given. Now, we don't know if it'll be televised or not. Yeah, oftentimes they don't televise these for almost to punish people. It's crazy. Anyways, down here, Charlie Kirk was maybe go down here. Turning Point USA announced on August 27th. So now we know that because it was the 27th. So we know that conversation he had with his parents was after that. That Kirk would be visiting several college campuses during September through October 2025 as a continuation of a speech and debate series titled The American Comeback Tour, which began in February. Kirk's appearance at UVU was scheduled to be the first tour stop of the season. A petition was circulated calling on the university to cancel his appearance, but university officials permitted the speech, citing free speech and open discussion policies. Security was provided by 6 police officers and Kirk's private security personnel. Although the event was ticketed, the ticketing was not enforced. Metal detectors were not used for entry to the event. Right. Well, why would there be? Investigators said that the suspect reappeared. Officials stated the suspected gunman arrived on campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at 8:29. So that's 6 minutes after we see him on the car on that video. Security camera footage examined by investigators showed that he was dressed differently than he was around the time of the shooting. So he probably had on that same maroon shirt and the shorts. Investigators said the suspect reappeared on video at around 11:50 a.m. when he moved through a grassy area into a parking lot near the campus. This is all in that document. 11:53 a.m. he stopped at the top of some stairs and pulled out his phone before proceeding into a pedestrian tunnel. And then we see still images released by the FBI show him ascending stairwell in a parking garage adjacent to the tunnel. Yeah, so they have these, you know, over here you can click on the sighting of it. And I guess this is New York Times. Let's see how close I've had this the whole time. Look at this. Yep, right there by those houses. I mean, let me just take this really quick. All right, guys. How do we get things moving along here? Maybe I need to throw myself in prison. Would that work? I'm sure I said something mean today. Somewhere. What the heck? Come on. I was trying to make it on a night. Try to get somewhere without Lisa Belson's generosity. But thank you so much. You're always so kind. And there's Nate Campbell again. Thank you. Let's see. Lisa Belson. I need to have like a song for you too. Let's see. Gray has shown the gun coming off the roof so many times. Yeah, it's just unbelievable, you guys. Is there anybody in here right now that has a trouble seeing the gun on the roof when he's coming off the roof? Put a 1 if that's still something that you're struggling with. Yeah, look at my thing here. I go like this. Watch. Is that it? Okay, right here. Yep, so look at that. I have it right here. Then going up like that. Just like they have. Going through the parking lot. And then they have it wrong, though. They should have just drawn a line. He didn't go around. He went through a tunnel underneath. I guess that's kind of right. There might be saying underneath there. So he goes in a tunnel. And they should probably draw right there. They don't, but they do have him kind of coming up here. 5. And I would say 6 is right there going inside the door. I would make 7 up here on the roof. And then 8, they do have that spot. So a lot of times I think they watched my videos and then just made their own graph. I get that a lot. Because these people never have this stuff accurate. And this is exactly what I have. I mean, like, verbatim. You know? Like, look, right there. Say, coming off, goes like that. Owns the business next to mine. Came and told me a bunch of the conspiracy theories the other day. I set him straight and sent him to a few of Gray's videos. He came back and thanked me. Hey, cool. Yeah, I wish more people would do that. I mean, today's video, you know, let me show you guys. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good video. I even brought up the ear thing and, you know, all that. And here we have it. Yeah, just unbelievably bad. I mean, look at this right here. This video from today has 3,500 views. I mean, that's so bad, it's hard to even explain. And we're already down to 403 views an hour, and it's just going to fade in. If it gets 5,000, it'd be a miracle. Maybe it's the thumbnail wasn't good enough. You know, I needed to say, aliens land on the Orem University. Just, you know, come up with some crazy thing. Don't know. But I could tell right during the premiere, didn't I? Don't I always tell you guys? I can always see by the numbers in there what it's going to do. Never even broke 150 on the premiere. One day it'd be nice to come in here and just go, man, thanks guys. That was great the way that video did today. It doesn't matter. I mean, I could try. I'll try just a straight up debunking type, I guess. Anyway, so see how they mark everything in here. Man, this is a huge. I mean, is this really? What a long article this is for Wikipedia. Yeah, so it was down here that it was kind of interesting to me. So sitting under a tent, the tour title, Kirk engaged in a back and forth exchange with UVU student Hunter Kozak. Not really sure why you need to put his name in there. About mass shooting in the United States. Kozak asked, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters? Over the last 10 years, I mean, they might want to look into, you know, just sort of like, why did you ask that question? You know, where did it come from? Because that is, it's just so crazy that that question was being asked. And then he's shot by someone who's dating, you know, like, whose boyfriend is a transgender. I mean, that's just crazy. Kozak asked, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? To which Kirk responded, too many. Kozak followed up with, do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America? Hold on a second. I want to try to get my... Ah! I just caught the end of the UFO right at the end. Hey, thank you so much. Amy's Justice League. Kozak asked, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? To which Kirk responded, too many. Kozak followed up with, do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? And Kirk's last words before being shot were his reply, counting or not counting gang violence. And then they have this time here. Look at this. At 12:23:30. See that time right there? See, I've thought that, you know, I have it at 12:23:22, maybe 24. And then, because he is running right here at 12:23:34. So I don't know where they got that number at, but it, you know, it's closer to what I've been saying. But then there, when you keep reading, Kirk was hit in the neck with a single shot, which investigators believe came from the roof of the Losi building. So let's see if I click on 45 right here. Seems like they've already changed this, like just today. That's wild. So I go to 45. Yeah, that's not the one it went to earlier. Okay. So this is the Washington... Ah, dang it. I already had this one. Yeah. Should I just pay $2 for this article here? I feel like I want to look at this one. Load that up again. Let me try that again. Man, it's hard to do. Let's see. When I first hit it, there it is. Did I get it? Let's see what happens if I go to Word. That's so funny. They already changed that from earlier. That number. If you have rational thought, GG, if you come in with conspiracy theories, then no. I mean, you can say whatever you want. They're just not going to be. You're not going to. It's not going to go over well for you. Yeah. Come on. I'm trying to paste it in here. Hey, look at that. That grabbed it all. That was pretty good. That's pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see. Charlie Kirk. Let's see. Let me look for the 12. Yeah, so there's some time frames here. And then right here, story continues below. 12:22:38 seconds before Kirk is shot. His official TikTok account posts a video of him opening the event, telling the crowd to get comfortable. At 12:23:30, Kirk is shot while answering a question. You know, I mean, I guess it's possible that in 4 seconds he ran. It isn't very far, okay? So if we go up on the roof right here, he's spotted right there. I mean, do we think... I think that's pretty accurate. Let's go over here and look at right... Here's where the camera is right there. All right. There's that where that camera is. And if we look at this image, go to number 51. Yeah, and then, so we go right to the beginning. The very first shot that they give us. So let's go back far back as we can. There's the very first frame that was given to us by, I think the FBI put this out. So see where he is right there? Can you see him? There's that little thing on the roof right here. And then if we go back over to Google Earth, where I have it, so that's the thing. And then if we zoom in over here, I have him kind of basically right in that spot, right? I mean, that's... Let me see if I can go down a little bit more. What if I do 12 meters? Okay, now it's pretty much on the roof. All right, so if we're right over here, let me look at the stuff in the background. Yeah, it's a little bit more to the right. Like, geez, that's not gonna work. That might be too far. Because I think that thing is that tree. Now I have them right on it. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so, you know, it's probably, and it's not right there. I'm sure he's kind of, we don't know. I think he probably ran in front of it, though. So I would probably put this like here-ish. Let me just look one more time now, make sure that's right in the middle. Yeah, so that's good. So... yeah, so he's running by, and let's get the distance there. So that's where the shot came from, and that's about where he is. I mean, I'm sure this would be within 5-6 feet or so, maybe 10. Yeah, it's not. Let me make it flat. There. So it'd be about from right here to there. And that is 22 yards. So 4 seconds. Yeah, it's definitely doable to run 22 yards. I mean, that would be like running the 100 in 20 seconds or something. That seems like that'd be really kind of slow. So I think that's definitely doable. So maybe it is 12:23:30 when that shot took place. All right, you guys, we're back onto the massive lulls again. We're still short. We need another, I'd say, let's see, like 12 memberships, and then I'll donate 5 myself, okay? We only got 23 memberships tonight, and 126 on the super chat, so really not anywhere near something like last night or the night before, or 3 nights before that. They're back on timeout. Who is? I don't know anything. I didn't lie about anything. GG, I don't know anything about you. I didn't say anybody was attacking anybody. So when you say somebody's lying, who are you talking about? I'll leave. The host and the chat attack people in the chat. I think you're just here to be a troll and try to sell a narrative about my channel. We've seen you kind before. I didn't attack anything. I just said if you're coming in here as a conspiracy theorist, it probably won't work out well. Oh, so Lisa has a challenge, you guys. What was your challenge? I didn't even see it. I was up here. So hold on. Maybe you guys can do that. Let me go up. I don't even know what it is. I don't see it. What's your challenge, Lisa? I don't see it up there. What are you talking about, Adam? Nobody knows what you're talking about, man. You're just... I know, but what's the challenge that she get? I know that you need 30. I didn't hear what the challenge is. Was it like... Does anybody know? Hello? My God, you guys. It's like crazy in here. Did the state hire a hotshot lawyer? Hey, look at that. DJ Bakalula. Look at it. Some we did I was supposed to do. You might not have heard, or maybe you have, but when I first heard it was like, used to get angry and all uptight. You can say what you want to spell my name right. All remember guilty as rocking a house. That's what the room was all about. You didn't tell all your friends that they don't wait till you see me again. This way I can hear from the horse's mouth. Right there, we can straighten it out.
Challenge.
I don't even know what the challenge was, though. Oh, really? Wow. Jeez. That's really nice. Thank you. And then we had Marilyn did a coffee over here. Well, thank you, Lisa. Jeez. Very kind, very kind. I went up and I read the last 7 or 8 comments and I couldn't find it. All right, but so I think that you think 22 yards in 4 seconds, but he'd have to get up. See, I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I think it's more like 12, 23, 25 or so. I'm gonna make that what this says. I don't believe it's 30, unless this camera's off by a couple seconds. I don't think you can be laying down, stand up. And the way he was running wasn't sprinting. And that you could go 22 yards in 4 seconds from a prone position. I mean, because you stand up, that's probably 1.5. And then 2.5 seconds. Well, thank you, Lisa. That was very... You got me a bucket of coffee. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much adrenaline this guy had. He seems kind of... I mean, he does jump off the roof and everything. He seems sort of weird, you know? Like almost lacking emotion. Yeah, it was a cool challenge. I wish we got more challenges. Those seem to... Because it's like a double bang, you know? Seems to work. Alright, so we need 5 channel memberships more, and then I'll donate 5 myself. Yeah. Well, we need 6 actually. And had time to wrap the gun with the towel too. No, he just started doing that while he was running. I think he didn't care as much about it until he got near the edge, because that's where, on the ground, you didn't want people to see it. Yeah, but it's interesting to have these time frames in here. So that was cool to get that article there. In other videos, Kirk is seen jerking backwards and blood pours from the left side of his neck as he slumps and falls. Outlookers duck and begin to flee. Onlookers, I mean. The crowd. Tanner Maxwell 20. Yeah, that's crazy. So they have the 12, 23, 30. All right. Hey, thanks, Lisa Belson. Again. And then Michelle Imhausen. There you go. You know, when I switched over last night, though, you lose the StreamYard starred. Oh, that's right. That would have still been there. I should have been able to. Forgot about that. But once it shifts, it starts over again. When you go to the members only. Did you guys think that was kind of fun, wasn't it? The members only live stream. Yeah, it's a team effort by the freaks. I apologize that for some reason YouTube has never put me into the place where I get a ton of, like my videos sometimes do really well. Today's video was a disaster, but for some reason when I do live streams, they don't send out, like the notifications don't make it to people. It's crazy. Like they'll go, oh, I didn't even know you were live. Oh, and it's just nobody has an answer. YouTube just always comes up with, oh yeah, blah blah blah. One of these days I'll try to do, I guess shorts help out or something, but I don't know. Huh? Might have already had the towel out using it. Yeah, he probably just had it rolled up. That's maybe what he put the gun on. And maybe rolled up the towel, used that to shoot. You would think he would use his backpack, but I don't think he would ever took his backpack off, to be honest. I think it was just too much. It'd be too much in the way. Struggle putting it back on and getting off. I think he had his backpack on the entire time, so I think he used the towel, probably rolled up for the gun to shoot, and then stood up, grabbed it, and then it was just going to cover it up. And the thing is when you watch Matt Kester's video, see, somebody like Valhalla who's selling bullshit to people, he should go look at Matt Kester's video and explain to people how that's not possible. when literally when you watch the video, it's exactly what Tyler Robinson is doing. That's like 100%, you know. Now, I'm just going to show you this again, you guys. I mean, it's just...
Since the narrative has been presented.
Yeah, this one right here, just this part. Look. Look at this. I mean, you can see the this part over here, but, you know, he had this long shirt on, too. That's the scope already put on the barrel, and
Go buy some tight jeans.
the butt of the gun goes down this side. And look, I mean, this is what it looked like before. So he's being really disingenuous. I bet you he's even seen this, but he keeps selling the same bull crap to people. See, look at this right there. That is the actual barrel portion down the front. I actually think it's down the back, but, you know, however you... And I think he has... I think maybe on his left side is where this part is, and the part with the scope is on the right side. And it only goes to the knee. So if you look at this, he's got on both sides. He's got over here the scope and the barrel. This side is the butt of the gun. And it's just 2 bolts that takes... This guy, it only took 1 minute to put it back together. And that's another thing that the Valhalla guy just completely lies to his viewers, that it takes 5 minutes and it's really complex, and, you know, it just isn't. And right now he's got the entire 30-06 in his pants.
This pair of jeans you own?
I don't have fucking skinny jeans, man. Oh. Yeah. So this guy doesn't have skinny jeans on, right?
Tail again over and over and over on this.
But see, that's it. I mean, absolutely. And then where's the other one where he... how did... Okay, not that one. Filling... I'm doing the one where he puts it together. I don't know if he has that one. I mean, he does have it. I just don't see it in here. Oh, yeah, that might be it.
Heart rate's up. It's going to...
Okay, look. Look at this.
Bolt.
See this right here? This is the same
well.
2 parts of a gun that his friend or whatever, you know, whoever that was, put in his pants, right? It's the same thing.
Follower, trigger guard assembly, rifle barrel.
And so that means
receiver,
that you keep the scope is still sighted in, right?
the screwdriver,
And a screwdriver.
4 rounds of ammunition, a backpack, and a towel. I pulled this out. I couldn't bend down in this position with
All right,
these
so
pieces.
let's go right here.
So
I mean, look at this.
here goes.
So if you're watching Valhalla and he's selling you the same bullshit that you can't do this unless you're an expert in 5 minutes, this guy isn't even really a gun expert. You know, he just says he's familiar with guns. And look at this. And you don't even have to tighten them that much.
Back to the buttstock. Bolt going in. Okay, I have a completed rifle. Now I'm going to load it. This rifle was set up for when my dad was hunting. It's only able to carry 3 rounds in it. Those were the laws where my dad hunted, when my dad hunted. So for our purposes, we're only going to put 3 in. His may have been different.
Imagine him reaching down and
That's
grabbing
okay,
another.
but we have 4 rounds in existence.
See that? Look how simple that was, you guys. So why is he telling you guys that stuff? Because it doesn't work for the conspiracy theories. You get it? This guy, Matt Kessler here, did some really cool experiments and videos on showing you how things are done. So, is there anybody in here that hasn't seen these? Like, put a 1 if like, oh my God, I see it now. I just showed you the one where he's walking with it in his pants, and I just showed you the same rifle he put together in less than a minute, a 30-06. All right? When you watch both of these, but look at this. I've only got 246 people watching. So the problem is that the same 11,000 nut jobs that were watching that person have no idea that this stuff exists. They will not care. They don't give a shit at all, because all they want to do is tell you guys that the sun is made out of cheese or the moon, whatever the hell it is. It's ridiculous. You know, these experiments have been done. It works. God, just unreal. The gray that ruins the conspiracy, you bastard. All right, I'm just gifting the 5 here. See if you guys can, give some more channel memberships, etc. That'd be great. Kind of aren't really following up last night with a decent night, especially since the video did so poorly. We're trying to do a little bit better in here. That video will probably make about $10. Yep, Candace is absolute nuts. So are all of them. They're just... I don't know. I'm not really sure what to say, you guys. I'm just looking at it and I'm flabbergasted. Watching all these people selling conspiracies, and they don't really... a part that I don't like the most is they don't say anything when they're watching. Like, if you're in here and you see what the reality is, and you go over there and you're just sort of watching, you're not saying anything, that means you're not doing what you should be doing. You should be saying, this is complete garbage. I just saw a demonstration of that. I did too. I like putting the pieces together. That's the thing. It's always like, ooh, boom, like when we do, I find a location on a map or something, and that's another part. For me, that's really interesting. But for the conspiracy theorists, that just doesn't even, it's not interesting at all. It's just sort of boring for them. It's, no, tell a different story. What else can we do? And I think Valhalla is one of the worst at it. Every single video that he makes is some other thing other than the reality of the case. The thing is I bet you when he walks through this door right here into the Losi building, that there are cameras in there that filmed everything that he was doing inside this building. Then there's probably a camera that films him walking up the stairs from down there, or heading up the stairs. Then there's this camera over here. As I've explained 100,000 times, that this camera films the entire thing of him walking up, then moving over to here and stepping over and laying down. And in that position, one of the comments today said, show me a video of him putting that rifle together, Gray. And it's like, there isn't going to be a video of him putting the rifle together, everybody. There is no video of him putting the rifle together. What we do have, though, is we're going to have him limping into the building, and then probably limping here, going up the stairs, and perhaps even from a distance seeing him limp over to there, because the video, you'll be able to see it, but it's only going to be 6 frames a second, so it might be hard. And then what we have is him climbing over the wall here, and then 5 minutes later he gets up and he runs. So after he starts running, he's not limping anymore because the gun isn't in his pants anymore. So, the thing is why does Valhalla say he is limping in those other pictures? Or is he saying that's not even him? See how they have to do this stuff? They have to make everything is a conspiracy whenever they're stuck. That's what they'll do. They'll go, okay, so listen, All right, he doesn't have a rifle down his pants, obviously. So the person that we're seeing walking can't be Tyler Robinson, because if I say that's Tyler Robinson, then he's limping, and then maybe it is a rifle down the pants. So what I'm going to do is mock everybody who says that there's a rifle down his pants, and hold up a full-length 30-06 and try to stick it down my pants, and have everybody giggle and laugh because he thinks he's so damn funny. But in reality, it was taken apart into two pieces and put into two different, both sides, perhaps, right? Yeah, it is. But the thing is people watch it. You know, you watch it. The guest they had on, he was pretty good because he said he'd been there and he described it exactly the same way that I have a million times. Going through the tunnel, through the parking garage, then walk down this direction where the trucks are. I wouldn't be shocked if you watched some of my videos because it's literally exactly the same. And then walked over here, went in the building. He said there's cameras inside this building, etc. You know. All right. Well, I hope we don't have a lull now because I bought when I buy the 5 memberships, it's not, okay, everybody, that's it for the night. Everybody, we're done supporting the channel. That's just me saying, hey, you know, thank you guys. Here's 5 more. And then I hope other people continue to support it because we have to have like good nights throughout the month. And I don't know how to do the show any better than I'm doing it. And I can't, I post it on Twitter, put it in other places, and it just doesn't make it out in front of people. They look, oh wait, is he, okay, he's not doing conspiracy. Okay, forget it. You know, that's how it works. What's next from the conspiracy nut jobs? The shooter was Brian Laundrie. That's right, from the grave, right? He came out, his bones weren't really his. Yeah, at the end of the month, they're having the preliminary hearing, which I hope is televised. Yeah, 3D model of the BK case was like that. Yeah, I did. I made good models of it. You know, if we get other surveillance in this case, you know, I could probably make something, but, you know, it's not, in this case, the valuable surveillance would be like the roof. I mean, not surveillance, 3D model would be making one of the roof and over here. But hey, guys, if you're out there and you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. We're just sort of frozen again. Let's see. That's why I'm saying, man, I just wish some nights I could pretend I was a conspiracy theorist and then get thousands of people watching. It's not, though. No name. It's not. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know what the hell you're even saying, no name. UVU police is right next to the last stair he went up to the roof. No, it's not. Well, I think in a preliminary hearing, you're probably going to hear extra information, you would think. Well, what do you mean at the top of the stairs right here? Right here is police right here? Oh, you mean the UVU campus police? Okay. I guess that's what you were saying. I thought you were talking about there's police over by the, not too far away from the store, I guess. Somewhere right around in here. I think right there, right? Let me see. Orem Police. Yeah, right there. See that? So there's the Orem Police Department, and that's that store that he drove by. I mean, wouldn't it be interesting because the car drove this direction? Maybe he drove right by the Orem Police Department. Well, you did say UVU, no name. I'm the one that misread what you wrote. Where are you saying to... I'm looking at Google Maps. I mean, this is Google Maps. It has the same stuff. I have places turned on. That doesn't say anything. I mean, what difference does it make? I guess. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make any difference at all. Hey, thanks, Sandy Shirley. I like it. Trying for a wave. You see that, you guys? Sandy Shirley. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. Yeah. Unless you're a conspiracy person. Then you go, ooh, he's right next to the cops. And, oh my God, then somehow he's, you know. Now, let's see. Let's see what you're, I want to see what you're referring to, though. So here's Google Maps. Oh, right here. And then the stairs are over here. I am first UVU's first generation, UVU Veterans Success Center, UVU Women's Success Center, UVU Development Center, and I don't see anything by those stairs that you're talking about. Department of Computer Science, Digital Media something or other, female bathroom. Wow, they actually get into that level. Oh, over here. Okay. Yeah, it's way over here. Utah Valley University Police Department. It's not at the stairs. You said it's right next to the top of the stairs up there. You said, wow, how many? You typed in like 1,700 messages. UVU Police is right next to the last stairs he went up. I mean, kind of, I guess. I mean, over here, you know. I mean, if you, I guess you can walk from here around and then underneath there and go up the stairs, right? You've typed in like 40 comments. No name. Isn't this next hearing just going to be another? No, I thought the one on the 30th is the it's the what's that called? The God, I just said it a minute ago. It was called something like the preliminary hearing. That's what I thought. I think the preliminary hearing's on the 30th, and that's a big deal. You know, I don't know if it's a waiver. Are you sure about that? I remember them mentioning in there that on the 30th it was a preliminary hearing. Yeah, I think it was. The next hearing is scheduled for October 30th. It will be, and that says it will be another waiver hearing where the defense can say whether they want a preliminary hearing. Ah, shit. Okay, jeez. That sucks. Another delay. It was supposed to be a preliminary hearing. Then they probably changed it to that. Mm-hmm. That's just a waste of time, those kind of hearings. I mean, could they... Well, what if they don't waive it? Is it a preliminary hearing at that point? In person. Okay, let me see what that said. This is a news... KUER. The next hearing will be October 30th. It will be another waiver hearing. In the meantime, the defense will get access to the evidence used to charge Tyler Robinson this week. Right. And that, but that was September 29th. Look at these. Look at this person's name is K. Miller. Kelly Miller. I don't think it's R.K. Miller, though. No gun means Tyler Robinson is not the shooter. Tyler Robinson is innocent as charged. View the video that the Utah County prosecutor made and see why Tyler Robinson cannot and will not receive a fair trial in Utah. He does have a gun though. What the hell are you talking about? All right, I'm gonna show you guys. Let's do this again here. For the people out there that are willfully ignorant, let's play this. Ray, it doesn't mean they're willfully ignorant. It just means... No, it does. It does mean that. Just letting you know. Thanks, Lisa Valenzuela and Ali Cake and Sandy Shirley. Yeah, I figured they would do the Koberger case. I mean, I'm okay with it. You know, I don't care that, you know, the guy's going for the, you know, there's a death penalty coming up for, I mean, that's an option. It doesn't bother me that he doesn't have to wear, hopefully he wears the maroon shirt and blue jeans. Wouldn't that be funny, man? He goes in there and he wears those the maroon shirt and the blue jeans. Oh, and don't forget the hat and those big ass sunglasses that he has. That would be freaking amazing. All right, let's go way over here. So you see him running back there. Let me see, how fast does he look? Like he's sprinting or just... He is kind of running pretty quick there, isn't he? I mean, you see him running behind the building there. So he's kind of, you know, half run, half jog. It's like in between a run and a jog. All right, look at this. There we go. Like right there. Do you guys see that? So people that don't see anything, what's this right here? That's the rifle. Okay? That might even be the butt of the rifle. I don't know. Or it's wrapped in a towel at this point. Completely. And then he grabs it with his right hand. See, look at that. Look at it right there. Can you see that? Look at that. It's swinging here. How come people can't see that? Why doesn't Valhalla and his merry band of nut jobs, how come they can't see this right here? They did not see that item? And the thing is the barrel of the gun is so thin that you can't see it. So then he jumps down, and then he hits the ground. Now watch some of these frames. They're unbelievable. Right here. Here we go. Now he's picking it up, and the towel is on there too. It's right there. Look at that. What in God's name is this right here? I mean, that is obviously a towel wrapped around a very elongated item. I mean, that one is incredible. And in fact, look at this whole back and forth right here. What do you think that is? What do you think that is, you guys? I mean, it looks long. I mean, that is, I mean, that's the full rifle under there. Look at this. I'm just going back and forth. How come people can't see this? Why aren't people looking at this? I'm gonna have to do another video on this. That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Like proof. I'm gonna do the proof that he's got a rifle in his pants. And I'm going to use, you know, some of Kester's video. And I'm going to use this right here. I'm going to use the still frames. Because I think that one needs to be made, though. You know, like the full thing put together. And then this one right here. There it is right here. In this image, right, this one, I think, in the right leg there, I think that little part that you can see, that little sort of hard thing that's poking out of his pants right there, I think that is probably part of the barrel. I think the butt of the gun might be down the left side in his case. And then the backpack sort of serves to sort of strap it in underneath his... That's kind of clever to think about like that. That he puts it underneath there, and then he puts the backpack on last, and then it sort of holds the rifle next to his body in there. So look at that. And then he picks up and then he starts running. And there it is again. This whole darkness there, that's his leg and the towel and everything. And now he grabs it just with his right hand. And see, when he reaches down right there, as somebody pointed out on here, he picks up sunglasses. And he runs. Now watch this. There's even a frame, I think you can literally see the sunglasses because they're much thicker. If you see them from the side, then you can see the barrel. Like right there. I think that little darkness right there is literally the sunglasses. And then he spins, as he's running, right there, he's reaching up with his left hand, and he's going to put it on his head. See right there? He reached up, and he's now putting the glasses on his head as he runs. And he's trying to get it on his face because it likely, one of the ear, the place that goes on his ears got folded in, so he's got to do it with one hand because he's got to hold the rifle with his right hand. I hate how they move it around by themselves. It just sucks. And now he's got his head down and he's just running forward, and we can see other frames coming up, like right there, for example. Look at this. Watch. See that? Right behind him? He's holding it down to his left side at this point. So the entire barrel is down, pointed towards the ground on his left side. And look at the towel swinging on the end of that gun, the rifle. And he's still holding it on his left side. And then, interestingly, he was struggling so much, he decided, okay, I can hide it if I swing it with my left leg at the same time. So watch all this movement here. Watch this. It's crazy. See this? Swing, swing forward. Look at. You can see the damn. Look at. It's right here. Okay? You can see it. And he's moving it right with his left leg. Swing, swing, swing. And then he kind of loses control of it right over here again. And he's just kind of making his way over there because he doesn't see any cars. Some of these ones right here are driving by, but he feels like that one drove by and he was feeling kind of safe. Now he's got it held. I think it's on his right side now. He switched hands. I think. It's hard to tell. But when you see that, isn't it obvious that he's got a rifle and a towel? And you might say, well, you can't tell that it's a rifle, but here's how you can tell. Is because the camera up here, as I've literally explained 1,700 times, from right here, he walks across the street and they can see him disappear into the woods. They go over there, they find the rifle and the towel that person was carrying at the time. They didn't know who it was. And then the person changed clothes and went through over here. There was construction on this house. And we can go right here. See the construction going on? This is June. He went through there. A excavator driver saw him. And then when he spotted on the camera running over here, he doesn't have the rifle and the towel because he's deposited in the wooded area. I mean, I don't think it could be more obvious. And I think that's still sort of like one of the points that everybody just keeps bringing up over and over and over again. I'm just taking my towel for a wild ride. Yeah, that's right. I mean, he looks so suspicious as he's trying to get across that street. But there just isn't a lot of people around at that point. And they're probably not paying attention. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if somebody driving by didn't call the police and said, yeah, I saw him. I could actually tell he was holding like a rifle. And they called it in later. I wouldn't be shocked at all. Yeah, they didn't find it in a box. They put it in the box and then took a picture of it, apparently. All right, guys. How do we do one last little push on the show tonight? really kind of at a low number. We just barely snuck over the minimum goal level earlier, so if we guys have the ability, that would be awesome. If not, that's cool too. Yeah. Yeah, and the gun just looked exactly like the gun. And so you have him running across the street, right? And then what else do we have? Well, we have his own words in his text message saying that he put the gun there and you just got to go retrieve the damn thing. And then the gun that they took a picture of matches the grandfather's gun that was given to him as a gift. And, by the way, his DNA was found on the trigger of the gun. Hey, thanks, Bruce Holdaway. I don't know. I just feel like I'm absolutely right on this. I mean, I don't have any fear that I'm not right here. This case, you got to admit, right, Lisa? Like, this case makes the Idaho case look like, man, he might get off. Kohberger. This one is 10 times worse than that one. Because this one has his car in the area, and you know it's his car. And he's on surveillance. And then he has, like, confessions in text messages. And his DNA is found on the trigger of the weapon. So that's the only similarity, is that in the Kohberger case, and they have video of him committing the crime in this one. Okay, in the Kohberger case, all they had was a car driving around on surveillance, you know, that had no front license plate, and then they found a knife sheath that had Brian Kohberger's DNA on it, and Kohberger owns a white Elantra missing a front license plate, and he had turned his phone off at 2:54 in the morning, and then turned it back on at 4:48 as he's near Blaine, Washington. So there's, and you know, so you have all of that, and it's just really obvious stuff. But that's an obvious case. This one is 10 times that. 10 times. I mean, this is way worse for Tyler Robinson. The problem is you got all these, what I don't like is that there's these special forces people starting YouTube channels on this case here to, you know, pretend that their expertise somehow allows them to solve crimes better than other people. And they just don't even know what they're talking about. I mean, I appreciate the service and everything, but that's not what, I mean, you know, so they're kind of like, I could get the ballistics angle of it. You know, like, hey, we shoot guns, so we know what a bullet normally does, etc. But it's not really, it's not how you do it, man. It's not how you put the pieces of the puzzle together. And so it's a little bit depressing because these people get all the, oh my God, these guys were ex-special forces, therefore they know the answers. And, you know, that's not really reality at all, okay? Now, this is like, you got to really look at things logically, work through it, put it together, and that's it. Yeah, we had Tracy Van Brat, like the hot dog, and Bruce Holdaway up there. They were trying for a wave of memberships, and Holdaway is now trying to get people to keep it going, but it's all right. It's okay. I'm not sure. I mean, what is something, what are you, people watching right now, what are you concerned about in this case? Give me something. I'd love to just hear what it is. What's concerning? Like, I mean, we're still waiting on the ballistics, etc., but I can't imagine them not matching. That would be, because here's the thing, Tyler Robinson is the shooter no matter how you look at it. So you'd have to come up with another explanation of how whatever the shot was that he used, you know. But it's not going to be that, okay? His DNA is on the trigger. The bullet that was fired He even mentioned in his text messages about the notices bulge, and it just is what it is. Hey, thanks, Lisa Valenzuela again. Oh, it's definitely going to go drag out for years. We'll probably, I mean, we're only a month later. Today's actually the month anniversary. At some point we're going to have to switch over to something else. But unfortunately, right now there's not really a lot of cases that other people are that interested in. Like that David one, it's like, what? Well, there's no information in there. The D4 David or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, well, if he doesn't make it to trial, it would be because of his own doing. Nobody would be taking him out to cover something up. He might make you want to think that and then do that, but there isn't anything here other than him being the shooter. Yeah, I covered Luigi Mangione, and I did it better than everybody else covering it. Mapped out the whole damn thing. We knew exactly what was going on. Figured it all out, all the different angles, different places, everything was mapped out. And then that one turned into, what was disgusting about that is all the people supporting Luigi Mangione. As if it's okay to shoot a CEO of a company. Somebody has to be the CEO. And it's just disgusting that anybody is out there supporting what he did. Even if you had a bad experience with healthcare, it has nothing to do with anything. That's just how, and in America, healthcare companies are profit companies. And so that's where the argument for, having it being single payer, sort of a more of a, government funded thing is. But see, when it gets to the government funded, then you get people like Ezekiel Manuel who have effective life year tests where, like, you need a new kidney and you're 65 years old. And then there's a kid that's 19 that needs one where you're going to give it to the 19-year-old before the 65-year-old because they have more effective life years. So effectively keeping you from ever getting the transplant. I don't want to live in that kind of world either. So, whatever it is, I think it is kind of strange, that insurance companies, they're for profit. So it's like, well, their incentive is to pay out as least as possible. So that's kind of a shitty angle, Hey, happy birthday, Zoe. Very cool, very cool. Maybe we'll have to get Mary Lou out and sing you happy birthday.
Who's Zoe?
What do you mean, who's Zoe? She's been here before.
Oh, that's Zoe. Okay. What do you want me to do?
Well, I wanted you can read the chat there, Mary Lou. It said it was her birthday today. Okay.
Oh, so you want me to sing happy birthday?
Oh my God. Yeah, I want you to sing happy birthday. That's why I'm talking to you.
All right, here we go. Happy birthday to Zoe. Happy birthday to Zoe. Happy birthday to Zoe. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, that was horrible. What the hell's going on, Mary Lou?
Well, I had the... Hey, what's going on? I'm faded away. I had the new cigarettes with Ritson. And don't forget the new gluten-free cigarettes they've got out there. Those are fantastic as well. Okay, good night, everybody.
Wow. Gluten-free cigarettes. That's crazy. Man, let's see. Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, well, let's see. Anything else, you guys, for tonight? Anything to talk about? Yeah, I mean, I did want to, let's throw this picture up on there again. So we got that one. Or maybe we throw, let's put that one up there and that other one that I have, all right? So we've got this. We know that this person is Tyler Robinson. And we know this is Tyler Robinson because they look like the same person. And then this is Tyler Robinson when he won he got a scholarship, right? That'd be the next one. There it is. All right. So check it out. Here we go. So now we have all of them on the screen at the same time. Make that a little smaller. Make this bigger. So check it out. So this person right here, I mean, you can see it. That's the one when he's pulled over by the cops. Those are the same person. All three of these are the same person. It's pretty obvious. And then this is the one that the parents said, oh, that's our son. Well, of course it's your son, because it looks just like this guy, who was your son when he was pulled over by the cops. And then you got this guy right here, who's the same as this guy, just a couple of years later. And then this guy is Tyler Robinson because he's in prison, and his parents didn't say, hey, that's not our kid. And then this guy right here is the one that won the scholarship, and by God, that's the same person. And then this is the same person as them, who is the same person as this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, who's the same person as this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. It's all Tyler Robinson, everybody. Now, why are people confused about this? How about this part? You see that ear, the thing that you guys keep talking about right there? You see that? Whatever that is on his ear there, I don't know if that's skin-colored, you know, I don't know what it is. But it looks like it sort of sticks out a little bit, right? But then look at this. This is him at Dairy Queen. Has the same damn thing sticking out on the ear there. He doesn't have that, though, in this picture, yet we know this person is that person. You know, that person is that person, right? Does anybody not think that this is Tyler Robinson and this one is, but this isn't? Yeah, see, he's got whatever this is on the ear there, whatever that's making that shape. You can see it right there at the Dairy Queen image. And then they'll say, well, that's not him at the Dairy Queen, but that is the same guy. These two are the same. This one is heads turned slightly, and this one is absolutely straight on. This one isn't. And again, like I say before, people oftentimes, when they load an image into a video or something, it changes the aspect ratio, so it's slightly different. You'd have to have the original video. But when they put it in these articles, it changes it sometimes. Yeah, it's not AI. It's garbage. Yeah, so what I'm talking about aspect ratio is, like, let's say you're looking at this image here and they change it just slightly. So maybe just look at this image and I'll show you edit, transform, scale. So maybe it would, that's not what I want. Hit the shift key. I think that one. So his normal head might be more like that in the video. See that? And then that might have looked more similar to this one that was a police shot. But unfortunately, when they were, you know, when they manipulate the video to put in the articles, like from his, you know, getting the scholarship, see how there's just that slight change like that? They do that all the time. And then you could almost take like his head down there That's actually from the Dairy Queen, and maybe if you made it like that, people would say, oh yeah, okay, that looks a lot more like him. But if it looks like that, his head's squashed down because it's a 45-degree angle shot, and who knows what the video, if it's fisheye lens or something, right? But doesn't, like that right there makes that head look more similar to, so that's what the problem is. I remember in the Kanika Jenkins case, they would go like, oh, look at that, Kanika, look at that. That's a different girl. Look how short she is. And I'd say, what the hell are you doing with the video? Just take the original. Yeah, and aspect ratio is something like, 4:3, or maybe you go like, if it's 480 by 360, and then all of a sudden to fit, they make it 450 by 360, and then it sort of squished it in, made it more narrow. That's how they do stuff in articles. They don't really care about accuracy like that. Why do you keep bringing up this Hunter Kozak person? Would you guys just quit dealing with that person? It's ridiculous. No, that's not suspect down. You guys are just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Tyler Robinson is the killer, everybody. I got there about an hour before Koberger's nose got there, or his eyebrows. Yeah. Koberger actually attended the event. It was just his eyebrows, though. Let me try that again. Koberger actually attended the event, but it was only his eyebrows. Zozo said, what time did the lazy eye get to the event? Hey, look at it's dubious over there on Kick. What does that mean, suspect down? Search it with upload data. What the hell does that even mean, man? Type in a sentence that anybody could understand. That's just... maybe he was just browsing. Maybe he was just browsing. Yeah. All right. The nose is a dead giveaway. Yeah, I mean, the nose is the same on every one of these pictures here. Right there. See? Nose, ear. I think I'm the first one to point out that ear in this image here, that day, this one doesn't have that. So it's interesting. And it could just be the angle, etc., or, we don't really know. But his parents recognized him. I think that's all. What are the odds of this, you guys? That his parents recognized him, and then later on, they find out that his DNA is on the trigger of the rifle, and the rifle used is one that looks exactly like the one that was given to him as a gift. And, his DNA is on the trigger. I mean, you see how this all works like this? His parents go, wow, that looks like our kid. Yeah, it sure does. Wow, that rifle looks like the one that we gave him. Then it turns out that he is actually in Orem, Utah, as we can see in the Dairy Queen picture, and his DNA is on the exact same rifle that his parents recognized as being the one that they gave him, and his grandfather recognized it. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those cases where it's unreasonable to believe he isn't the shooter. Okay? So Candace Owens is unreasonable, so is Valhalla, so are all these other dummies that are putting together these videos without looking at, critically thinking through the videos. Okay? They're just not doing it. Because if they were, they'd be looking at Matt Kester's 2 videos where he's taking apart the gun, and then he puts it back together in less than a minute. You'd see the video where he puts the gun in his pants, and he's able to walk around, not him, but the assistant that he had. You'd see all the other information out there. It's just so, for me, it's so frustrating Because this makes the Koberger nut job community seem even like it's minuscule compared to this. I think his phone will say he was at UV. Yeah, of course it will. His phone is going to track him through the buildings all the way up onto the roof. This guy is toast. And by the way, what an idiot. I mean, his execution of the actual shooting plan was good, obviously, because it worked. However, all the rest of it, he just didn't seem to care about. Why is he texting somebody? I'm glad you're done. Nobody cared if you're done or not, suspect down. What you're saying isn't interesting. I'm sorry. Yeah, he did. He did have a screwdriver up on the roof. It had the DNA on it. Yeah, we know that. We know that. I'm done. I'm out of here, you guys. Didn't you see the way the guy looked surprised even before the shot happened? Well, why was he surprised before the shot happened? So if the shot never happened, what is he surprised at? You know what I mean? There wasn't anything to make a face at. So he's making a surprise face knowing a shot's coming in? Wow, why would he do that? Wouldn't you wait till the, you know... He was just a little ahead of time, you see, because... And by the way, you guys, I don't know what video he's talking about, but look at this. I think he's referring to... Hold on, is it this one? Yeah, in this video right here, I actually fixed the audio. All right? So it's in this one. So if you're saying he made a surprise look beforehand, that's because the audio was off.
Well, thanks, guys.
So here we go.
See you guys coming out here.
We appreciate you. Love you.
I fixed it. Notice the lips, how they... I'm not going to read up any further, suspect down. But in this video here, the audio was off on this video by a second.
Down and see the... Get closer, or they like restrict...
So see this guy right here? I have it fixed now so that the lip sync is matched.
Can you guys up here or what?
Nah, it's too crowded. It's just, there's just so much.
And you notice how in the original video, he's already wiggling before you can even see a shot or hear a shot? Listen.
We had a flag and we had it so it's positioned above the tent so it would be in the camera and made us move.
Oh, actually this one's still off here again. Did he do that right? Let me see.
To be deported. Before we had a flag and we had it.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's positioned above the tent so it would be in the camera and made us move.
What was that?
See? Yeah, I don't care, suspect down. That probably means the same problems happening on what you're talking about. Why don't you go sell that to the other conspiracy theorist nut jobs? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. You guys are all just trying to pin it on some random person that has nothing to do with anything. Where do you look it up? Where do you look it up at, suspect down? On YouTube or Twitter or what's the guy's name again? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't. Yeah, it's nuts, man. These people get so invested in just garbage because some YouTuber showed it to them and they go, "Oh, look at that!" And it's just. Type in the guy's name again. What's the guy's name? Let's do it. Let's look at it. Lucky to have him here at Kick. Who? Me? Graves investigates at the top of the chain. And yeah, well, I don't have the same number of viewers as the sensationalistic people, but... What are you saying? No one gives a shit. You've seen a video where... Alright, so where is this thing? Okay. Hunter Kozak. Man, some absolutely guy that had nothing to do with anything. Hey, thanks, Grant. Uh-huh. Yeah, where's the video of him?
Major break in the.
We got.
Robin is growing to years. They charge him with.
All right. Well, of course, we'll stay on top.
Major break in the case of Charlie Kirk's assassination. The miles south of the shooting site. Investigators
Was top of it.
On his life for me. He can be claiming active after conversation.
10 years. Counting or not counting gang violence?
Oh, you mean his last question? You guys are full of crap, man. I'm just looking at it right here. So he's the guy that asked the last question, right? This guy right here, right? Watch this.
Violence. Great.
See how he freaked out after the shot happened? He must have been looking at the wrong one. Look.
Great.
He's like, holy shit. And look at he's freaking out after the shot happened. I haven't seen this video, by the way. That'd be a crazy one to see.
Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
Yeah, his reactions afterwards. What are you talking about, man? Yeah, okay, he's the one on the mic, sure. I mean, I think they need to look into, like why did, he just happened to ask the question about transgender right before somebody who's dating a transgender shot him. Maybe they need to look into that a little bit, but his response is after the shot. So what you're looking at are people out there that are trying to sell you a bill of goods. All right? Suspect down. It doesn't matter if there's a video before. I just showed you it. You said that he was already reacting before the shot happened. I just showed it to you. Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with it, but I mean, I would just check out, like, hey, what made you ask that question? Look up what video? What are you talking about? Man, it's just, it absolutely doesn't, I know it's not it because, the reason it's not it is because it's not the one that sells the narrative that you want me to, I'm showing you the timing here. Do you see that? He's asking a question.
10 years. Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
And then he's like, oh. Then he responds to it. So you're looking at one where there's a sound. It's a different time. You're going to have to send me an email on the video. I don't have time to go look up something. I don't have no idea what you're even referring to. And upload data. What do you mean, upload date? Simple search, his name, and upload date. What does that mean? I don't know what the upload date is. God, people like you are just so frustrating. You come into a chat, you have not prepared whatsoever at all. There's no way that you can help out here. You'd have to send me the video itself. I'll look at it. But other than that, I don't know what you're saying. The upload date? How do I know what the upload date is? Yeah, I think I've seen an interview with that guy. No, I'm not making it difficult. Suspect down. You are. What date do you want me to look up?
I mostly came in there because Charlie's very open about having some sort of dialogue or some sort of conversation.
Yeah, that's him right there, right? But Gray, I just look at it. Thanks, dude. Thanks. Starting over again.
But Gray,
what date do you want me to look up?
Face emoji, smiley face emoji, boo-hoo.
Rehearsing his reaction 30 minutes before. Oh, come on. That's what he's saying? Oh my God. Let me see the video. Now we have to see it.
Definitely respect how much he's willing to
that makes less sense. All right, let's just type it in here. Reacts before shooting. Where is it? Yeah. No, he doesn't. That's crazy. That is the shooting right there. What are these people? That is the shooting. Oh, they're saying that was before, so because he did that before, that's practicing. I guess you guys, you can't put your hand on your head or you'll be... That's ridiculous. Oh my God. He didn't even do the same thing. He was like, oh my God, what did I just see? He didn't do that in the first
Charlie Kirk update, Hunter.
Yeah, he looked like he's responding to somebody over there who said something. He's like, ah, yeah. See, you know, the fact that you guys pretend that that is him rehearsing just to look, oh my God, he's rehearsing. It's just disgusting, you know. I think it's just like, it's insane is what it is. You don't think he would have rehearsed before he got there? Hey, everybody, I'm rehearsing for later. Watch me. Woo! Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab my hair. I'm going to grab my head really quick, and then, you know, and I just want people to... Give me a break, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Wouldn't you practice at home in front of the mirror? Make sure you got it down. Instead, you do it right before. Here we go. Okay, everybody, who? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, I'm ready. Hey, how many times... Oh, yo! My God, you guys. Wake up. That's ridiculous. You know what's even weirder, you guys? Is that people look around for these types of things. You know? Like a little something they can use as an anomaly. Something to chew in. Hey, look at this. He grabbed it. Just like those people that are scratching their arm and now it's a signal to the shooter. Wouldn't the shooter just know when it's a good time? Like you're looking through the scope. Oh, there, Charlie Kirk is just sitting there. Let me fire right now. You don't need somebody down below signaling like a baseball game. It does look sort of like, you know, maybe the security team does that to themselves, but it has nothing to do with the shooter. It's ridiculous. Now hold on, everybody. Let me show you what I'm going to do later. Watch when I grab my hair. Unreal. All right, guys. I'm gonna take off. Appreciate everybody being here. Let's see, what do we got up here? We've got Alley Cake, Tater, Wild Bill Wassman, Nate Campbell. Last night's show was 3.5 hours. This one will be 2.5. Nate Campbell, gifted, new member, then gifted one. Then we had Jessica Schubach and Mark A.G., Dixie Hippie. We also had Lisa Valenzuela with a bucket of coffee. Then we had Marilyn. And also, there was somebody else. Christine on coffee today. Then we had Scott. All right, let me start over again. We had Alley Cake, Tater, Wild Bill Wassman, Nate Campbell, and then we had hold on, I can't see the chat, Just want to make sure over here I can see everybody. And then Nate Campbell gifted a membership. Then Jessica Schubach. Then Mark A.G. Then Dixie Hippie. Scott. Buffalo. Bucolic Buffalo. Thanks. I always like that name. Michelle H. Then Michelle Imhausen or Imhausen. Dixie Hippie. Then Gimli, Son of Gloin, from Lord of the Rings. Gifted 5. Then we got Nate Campbell gifted 1. Then Gucci Flip Flops. Then we had Alley Cake. Then Bruce Holdaway gifted 1. Then Dixie Hippie. Then Andrew Sorrell. Then K-Me. Then Lisa Belson jumped in with the 10 channel memberships. Then Nate Campbell gifted 1. Then Alley Cake. Then Amy's Justice League. Then we had DJ Bacalula. Those are what matched the, I think that equaled 50, and then that's when Lisa Valenzuela did her 100. Then we had Lisa Belson. Then Michelle Imhausen. Then DJ Bacalula. Tracy Van Brat. Then I gifted 5. Then we had Sandy Shirley, Alley Cake, Lisa Valenzuela, then Bruce Holdaway. Again, look at Bruce's face. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And then Tracy Van Brat. Thank you. And Lisa Valenzuela joining in on that. And then we had Grant starting over again. And then Bruce Holdaway with his, what the hell are you talking about? Anyways, thanks everybody. Really appreciate it. What's the any last thoughts? I don't know, man. I'm tired. Been a long day. It takes me a long time to make those videos, and then it gets really depressing when hardly anybody even watches it. I mean, that was fun, wasn't it? Yeah. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I feel like I'm it's like a service that I'm providing where I'm pretty much the only rational, every single show voice. I don't consider the conspiracies because they're just not true. The information on Tyler Robinson is so overwhelming that you know immediately that a conspiracy theory is false because of that. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess if you believe in the conspiracy, then all those incredible data points are all bogus. That's how you have to believe it. And Gray, you just believe. Well, you know what's weird is conservatives out there. You were waiting so long to get your guy in there, Kash Patel and the rest of them, into the FBI, and now you're still saying how nothing they say is the truth. It's because you don't want it to be. You know, my thing is when law enforcement, you know, in the FBI, I don't really trust that much in other elements, like when they get involved with sort of political ideology, you know, sort of these other things. But when they're doing law enforcement, like investigating a case, which this one is here, it's I think I trust them originally. Now, if they put something out that you look at isn't true, you know, the one guy in one of the first press conferences said that he changed clothes on the roof. Well, we know that isn't true, right? I mean, and he just misspoke. He changed clothes in the woods. He didn't have time to change clothes on the roof. But people use that one mistake as if it's sort of, see, they're covering something up. And that's just garbage, right? Absolute garbage. Valhalla is a claims sovereign citizen. I don't know what that means. Yeah, he's absolutely got this case wrong. But, you know, he's selling it to 11,000. If he ever changed his opinion to what the reality is, he would lose almost all of those people. You know, it's the same thing in the Idaho 4 case. You know, the conspiracy people want you to keep selling the conspiracy, and if you realize what the truth is, they get really angry, so you have to stay there. I'm in a place where it is what it is. You know, it's the facts. I just tell you what the facts are. And if you don't want to believe the facts, then, you know, it is what it is. Yes, the Paramount guy put on a post today on YouTube about faking it. What do you mean faking it? What do you mean? Yeah, I wish he wouldn't even consider the conspiracy theories. You know, that's one of the things that's like, you know, just even giving it the time of day to look into it and go, yeah, it's sort of interesting. It just isn't, you know? It isn't interesting. They're all wrong. They're completely false information. I'm going to go out there myself to film every single element. You know, I'm going to film I'm not going to drive down to where he got gas. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to go to the, you know, probably that place where his car is seen. I'm going to go walk by where the surveillance cameras were. I'm going to go over where the car was spotted, where he was walking there. I'm going to go into the tunnel. I'm going to go walk. I'm going to use the 360-degree camera as well. So that should be pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to use the 360-degree camera. So there you go. And it's 8K 360. I'm going to bring my drone too. So I might actually fly the drone to the edge of the roof to, you know, see exactly what it looked like. And then maybe fly it exactly the route that he took off the roof. Something like that. Yeah, she does say that. Candace Owens says she watched him. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if she'd seen him. I mean, it kind of matches, by the way, what the doctor apparently told them, that the bullet was still inside. Why do you guys keep... I don't know what you were saying up there when you say they faking it. Who's faking it? What are you talking about when you said up above that somebody's faking it? I don't know. Pretty soon. Yeah, but he sort of gives credibility to them, too, by talking about it in a way that's sort of like, yeah, that's reasonable. I wouldn't have any mercy. I'd say right to their face, that's the most ludicrous thing I've ever seen. That doesn't make any sense. That's the way you got to do it. You can't let them have any kind of ground where, okay, well, that's sort of reasonable. And now, what's the thing about today that you're talking about, that faking it? Who? You mean people are faking that they believe what they believe? Because I believe that. I think it's totally bogus. I think these people are just pretending. It's just for likes, views, subs, and that's about it. Who claims? Says Charlie faked his death. I don't think he would say something like that. There's no way in hell he'd say that. I don't buy that. He doesn't believe any of that shit like that. Well, I mean, but look just think how stupid it is, you guys. Why would he fake his death? It doesn't even make any sense. It's the stupidest thing in the history of the world. Don't even give it a second of thought. It's like the idiots who say that there are holograms. I mean, really? Charlie Kirk's a hologram up there? It's that solid? And it hits him, and all of it's fake. It's not even real. He wasn't even there. So who was the... How did the hologram get carried out by people. Man, that's amazing. They're actually able to apply weight to a hologram where people were carrying it outside of the car. Whew. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, he made that video, yeah. You know what's weird is all of you guys have seen that video, but almost none of you watched the video that I put out today. Why is that? You know, my video today has got 3,000 views, but all of you seen the one that he put out with the blood and all that stuff. And it's just, it's getting really old, you know. And when I say none of you, I mean very few of you. I know some of you saw it. That was a dummy they pulled out of the trap. No, you can't, Colin. Because we already know that there isn't a second shooter. We don't need to have something proven that's obvious, right? Yeah, you can go prove that to the conspiracy theorist, but we don't need to have it proven because we've already gone through the whole thing and it's really obvious to us. So, anyways, that's it, you guys. Thanks for being here. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for supporting the channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. This is Holdaway's favorite part. Here we go.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing
That's
for
right,
quite a while
Green.
now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person.
Not even one.
Not even one.
Crime dissector, attack rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. I'm gonna get you on a stretcher. You can try and play me like an old projector.
Crime sector is my nectar.
Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture.
Crime collector, freak
Connector,
and I'm always gonna be a
protector, fool deflector, interceptor. Phenomenal spectre with a vector on his spectre. With a respect, y'all.
Just remember I've a temper fucking
Conjecture. I have no agenda. I'm a bartender.
And I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah, so
know.
I'll just
It's
get
the
right back to
acoustics
work.
down there. But there weren't two shots. You can hear it from the main shot from up above, as I played earlier. So there's just one. There isn't a second shot. But the echo effect down below and the acoustics make it sound like that. Anyways, thanks everybody. We'll see you guys later. And be safe out there.